Welcome to Lana's Homestead and my one-year permaculture garden. I've taken it from grass to sheet mulch to thriving food forest.
Hello and welcome to the homestead. Happy spring. I've been out in my garden putting down new wood chips. I got a big delivery of compost. I was spreading out the compost. Today I'm going to move a blueberry bush. It's not in a very happy place right now. It's kind of sharing a space with a potential tree. It needs more space. So I'm going to move the blueberry over here. The blueberry didn't do very well, and I think the issue last year was that blueberries need a very acidic soil. So I bought this soil acidifier. So I'm going to mix it in and put a little compost in and move the blueberry over here, and hopefully it will do well. I mean, it's a perennial plant bush, so hopefully every year it will come and give us blueberries. So there was a lot of weeds in that area, so I've tried to get my best to remove them all. So there's like a little tiny one. Okay. I know it's alive. I broke one of the little green shoots in. I could see that there was a little green in there, so I know it's alive. Just kind of want to, like, I took a class and it was a master gardener. He said you want to tickle the roots, so I just want to kind of massage them because they don't have to be confined to this space that you're putting them in. You want to promote that. Okay, so it said 1.5 cups for new plants. I'm considering this a new plant because I just transplanted it over here. And then it said to water well, so then I'll give it a lot of water. I'm getting ready to put some soil on top of this sheet mulch that's been sitting here for the last 3 months. I had some pieces of sod on top just to kind of weigh it down and keep the leaves in, because I was having a lot of blowing of the leaves are just blowing all over the place and I was losing my sheet mulch. So I covered it up. The pieces of sod are really like thick and they hadn't really broken down like I was hoping, so I decided to remove them and move them elsewhere. But when I did, I uncovered the sheet mulch and you can just see it's doing really, really good down here. You can see the decomposition process starting. It's doing really well, which is awesome. And now I'm just going to cover it up with soil and get ready to plant it soon.
So here I am prepping a site to plant a Goumi Berry tree. So this is a permaculture favorite. It produces some berries that can be eaten raw or cooked, and it also doubles as a nitrogen fixer. So it emits nitrogen into the soil, and that helps fix and help the quality of the soil. So permaculturists love to use plants that have many benefits. So it provides food, it helps fix the soil, a tree is a great place for birds, and birds are good for your ecosystem, as well as it will provide shade to the front of my house right here. So when planting a tree, you want to dig a hole about 3 feet wide, and then you want to dig about as deep as the root ball and mix up the soil, loosen it up, get anything that's compacted, so that you're making a space for the roots to grow. So here I added some fertilizer in, and after about 4 days after I planted it, I was looking at the leaves and I realized that they were getting sort of like a rusty spots. And that actually means that I over fertilized. So in this case, I don't believe the Goumi Berry needs any extra fertilizing. I did fertilize my grapes that I transplanted this year, and a Bing cherry that I've had for the last year, and they loved the fertilizing. So my advice is just to check each plant individually what they need at the time of either first planting or transplanting or your second year, because the cherries like a lot of fertilizing a lot in the first year, and then in the second year, just once at the springtime. So I was able to fix the problem by kind of flooding it out, the Goumi Berry, just like really giving it a lot of water and trying to kind of flush out the over fertilization that I've did, and it seems to be recovering. So now that I'm ready to plant the tree, I want to push back in the soil that was already there. You don't want to add in compost or something at this point. You just want to use the soil that's already existing, because you don't want to overfeed your plant. You want it to acclimate to the existing soil. So I'm just going to push it in, because you want your tree to be at the level of the soil. You don't want to bury your tree too deep. That can be an issue. You just want to cover the roots, and that's it. And then when you put mulch down, you want to make sure there's a space. You don't want the mulch right on top of the tree, because that can cause rotting from being too wet. So after you plant the tree, it's good to give it a good watering, and then continue to water it about once a week. And then I would suggest to cover the area with a good mulch, 2 or 3 inches around the root ball, and that will just help keep in moisture and stop it from drying out.